It goes without saying, but it takes a lot to make it in professional football. There are many who fall by the wayside, having failed to make the grade, as they've gone on to have far more successful careers than they might have enjoyed kicking a leather ball around the pitch otherwise. Let's take a look at 9 celebrities who might have been footballers. Olly Murs. Olly Murs may have teamed up with Louisa Johnson to shatter our eardrums whenever we turn on the radio, but life could have been so very different had he not decided to enter Simon Cowell's labyrinth of eccentrics back in 2009. Murs has never been shy about his football allegiances to Manchester United, and the man played semi-professionally for Isthmian Division 1 Northside Witham Town between 2006 and 2008, and scored 12 goals and 13 appearances for the club's reserve side during the 06-07 season. He was forced to abandon his sporting career due to injury, but in April 2016 began to play for Coggeshall Town, a club now famous for nothing except signing up the lad who once won a sing-off with Jedward. He's also represented his country at Old Trafford. Settle Down, it was for a charity in a soccer aid match. David Seaman, Ron Burgundy and the lad from JLS were also playing. Robbie Williams. Robbie Williams is arguably Port Vale's biggest celebrity fan, although he also has a soft spot for Stoke City. The former Take That superstar may have broken millions of hearts worldwide when he abandoned Gary Barlow and co in 1995, but Port Vale fans will have been bemused by his decision to buy a stake in his boyhood club 11 years later. Williams was actually the man who created the aforementioned Soccer Aid, the charity soccer game that not only raises money for UNICEF, but provides us with historic moments where Woody Harrelson can slam home the winning penalty with all the grace of an injured gazelle in the same match where Teddy Sheringham scores from 20 yards. Williams had been known to be a handy player and was reportedly offered a trial at Vale as a youngster, but turned it down to concentrate on his music. Louis Tomlinson. Louis Tomlinson may have escaped the 5-pronged nightmare of One Direction, who, despite what the charts say, never once produced the best song ever, and he now finds himself embarking on a solo career at the same time as the rest of his bandmates, so the charts are going to be fairly clogged up by them. Had things panned out differently, the gangly musician, auto-tuned Cowell puppet, might have been lining up for Doncaster Rovers in the lower leagues. Despite having won the X Factor in 2010, come on, he might as well have. Tomlinson was actually signed by his boyhood club 3 years later on a non-contract basis, despite having the upper body physique of a malnourished 8-year-old. Due to work commitments, he only lined out once for the reserve side before he was part of an unsuccessful takeover of the club in June 2014. It's probably for the best he's stuck to churning out music for excitable teenage girls, if his charity football showings are anything to go by. Gabriel Von Lahore knocked him into next week during a game. I hope Gabby didn't check his Twitter that night. Sean Connery. What kind of world would it have been if James Bond had signed for Manchester United? It nearly happened. Sean Connery, the archetypal face of Ian Fleming's Suave Spy, almost did end up at Old Trafford. He had been offered a trial by East Fife and was involved in a kickabout against a local team while on tour promoting the South Pacific. Sir Matt Busby was said to have been so impressed by Connery's performance that he offered him a contract. It's not often people say no to Manchester United, but that's exactly what Connery did at the age of 23. Winning European Cups was tempting, but how often do you get to fight a man with metal teeth? Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay has made a very good living out of screaming at chefs until he's blue in the face and they're on the verge of a mental breakdown. But can you imagine what the culinary superstar might have been like in a Glaswegian derby? He played football during his youth and was chosen to play for his county of Warwickshire as a teenager. In 1984, he underwent a trial with boyhood club Rangers before smashing apart the cartilage in his knee during a training session. He foolishly continued to play on before tearing his cruciate ligament during a squash game. Ramsay has since claimed that the pain of being released at Ibrox made him the chef that he is today. So budding young cooks, next time you're getting a face full of Ramsay spit, you know which club to blame. Conor Mcgregor. As Conor McGregor puts it, he's about to make the whole world eat their words this summer when he takes on Floyd Money Mayweather on August 26th. Big words from a man who's never boxed professionally in his entire life, but you know, stranger things have happened. The reigning UFC lightweight champion might be making a career out of knocking men out in the octagon, some in the length of time quicker than it takes you to blow your nose, but the man developed a passion for football while growing up in his hometown of Tallaght in Dublin. He played the sport for Lord Celtic Football Club, but by all accounts was a talented player and had aspirations of representing Manchester United. Once boxing and mixed martial arts entered McGregor's life, he dropped football like a lead balloon and began planning that road from plumber to his place on that Forbes rich list.
When did you stop playing soccer?
When I realised it was for women, you know, I would rather fight.
But women can also fight. Rod Stewart. There aren't many, if any, bigger celebrity Celtic fans than Rod Stewart, who was famously seen openly weeping after his club beat Barcelona in 2012. He was captain of his school football side and played for Middlesex schoolboys as centre-half. The veteran singer almost made it as a professional player himself after undergoing a trial with Brentford in the summer of 1960, but he was never called back. Mark Wright. Celebrity culture tells me this man is famous, but I'm not entirely sure what he does. The media socialite has appeared on every vapid piece of reality TV that most actively avoid, but Mark Wright almost did carve out a professional football career for himself before appearing on The Only Way is Essex, a show which serves only to lower the IQ of everybody watching it. Wright was a semi-professional with a youth career at West Ham, Arsenal and Tottenham. I hope he shows more loyalty to his girlfriends than his football clubs. He began his senior career with Southend United, but soon moved into nightclub promoting and so only played semi-professionally for the likes of Fisher Athletic, Heybridge Swifts and Thurrock. A fine selection. To show that he's still got it, he promptly slammed home a 35-yard free kick for his country in the 2016 Soccer Aid, with Wright claiming that he received some offers from professional clubs in the aftermath. I can only imagine what sort of football clubs were offering contracts to 29-year-old reality TV stars based off a charity match. Julio Iglesias. Julio Iglesias is one of the most successful Spanish musicians of all time, and he's also fathered another one, who spent the last few years inviting Pitbull and Ludacris to murder his already annoying songs. Iglesias Sr. may have sold more than 350 million records worldwide, but he was actually a goalkeeper for Real Madrid Castilla in the Segunda Division during his early years. A serious road collision curtailed that, with the Spaniard unable to walk for 2 years due to a smashed lower spine and permanently weakened legs. So he hasn't won any European Cups at the Bernabeu, but hey, did Ronaldo ever finish 4th in the Eurovision? Oh Christ, there's still time, isn't there? Thanks for watching, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also check out HITC 7s.